Alrighty folks, welcome back. Hello everybody, welcome back to Adobe Live. My name is VooDoo Val and I'm going to be your host for the Adobe Live Game Show, and I am so pumped to be here. Brian, welcome in. Misty, it's good to see you. Sam, hello. Stephen Booth, my friend, welcome back. I'm so excited. So if you folks have never been here for the Adobe Live Game Show, I'm going to give you a quick rundown of how everything works. And also I've got a couple of new things in store for you today, which I'm very excited to tell you about. But first, if you are over on the YouTube channel, please come over to behance.net/live because that is where I'm going to be reading the chat. I am not looking at the YouTube chat. It's a lot of hats to wear, a lot of things to juggle if I have to read two chats. So we're just reading the chat over on Behance. It is also the holiday special week here on Adobe Live home for the holidays. So we are going to be doing a fun kind of holiday theme for today and tomorrow for the game show. Number one, I would like to actually, with help from you folks, get some new words onto our design wheel that match up and line up with the holiday season. And number two, we have a theme for today. We don't usually have a theme aside from choosing our keywords and choosing our medium, but today we actually have a theme because we are going to be designing something that will be our sponsored item for tomorrow's sponsor announcement. I thought that might be fun to try, so we're gonna do that. Today we are going to be designing a magical snow globe. So we need words that I will spin on a magical wheel of design. We'll select 6 words at random, and those words are going to go into our snow globe design. I have to use a minimum of 4 of them, so you can see from last time we did the show, there are 6 keywords there. We will replace them with our new words from today. Using at least 4, so 4 to 6 words, will come up with a super funky magical snow globe. We should definitely give it magical powers of some sort, and then we will have our co-host VooDoo Vanderdorf introduce it as our sponsored item for tomorrow, which I'm excited about. Welcome in, Arnold. It's good to see you. So, first off, Cheryl, welcome in. Misty's already coming in with snowflakes. I think that's an excellent idea. Let's add snowflakes. I also want to add, I think a good word would be forest, because I feel like that could be interpreted as all kinds of trees. Let me know what you folks think. Holidays, sparkly, magic. Okay, let's see. Sparkly. Magic, because why not? Honestly, I think it's going to be magic either way, but because I mean, I'm VooDoo Val and you guys are you, and together we get pretty wild. But I think that adding magic onto the list will ensure that we actually put some magical design specifically into it. Mystical, I feel like, kind of goes with the vibe there. I'm also going to say snow. Well, no, we have snowflakes. I'm gonna say maybe, so we got snowflakes, forest, sparkly, magic. We could do gifts. We could put like woodland creatures or animals on there. We can put cold, because I feel like cold could be interpreted as a style or as an emotion. So that would be cool. I'm gonna add, you said levitating snow globe. I'm gonna add levitation because I think that's a wild phrase to put on here. So we're gonna do it. We're gonna add levitation. So we actually have a legitimate power on here. Does anybody have any magic powers they think would be cool for a snow globe to have? Like, teleportation. I'm gonna put teleportation on there because I think teleportation belongs there. Teleportation. Boom, teleportation is on there. Wind, I like wind. I see candy canes. Candy canes is a great one. Surprise. We have wind and we have windy. So I think everybody's on the same page here. Maybe some colors. Call out some colors. I'm gonna put blue, green, red, gold, I think is a very holiday color. We can also put some things on there if I would love to see a show of hands if there's anyone in here that is not a person who celebrates Christmas, and maybe you can share some keywords or phrases that signify this season for you, because I think a lot of people go to like very Christmassy things when they think about holiday season or the winter season. But if you are not a Christmassy person, maybe you have different identifying things that mean the winter season to you, and I would love to know what those are. I see glowing. Glowing is a great one. White, titanium white. Purple, obviously Judah has got my back with the purple, because you know I love me some purple. Menorah. Okay, so I am not an expert on this, but I would love to. I'm gonna look this up and make sure I know what you're talking about here, just to make sure. I think I know what a menorah is, but I want to make sure that I'm not uninformed. Yes, I know what a menorah is. So we can put stars. We'll put menorah. Let's see, pine cones I think is a good one. Pine cones is a great one. Let's choose like 3 more. How about 3 more? If you guys have any other ones. I'm gonna see if I can think of some. I'm thinking we've got colors. We've got, I feel like we've got shapes in here because we've got stars, and we've got, I feel like menorah is a very bold, recognizable shape. We've got, I feel like candy cane is also a pretty good shape. Candles, that's a good one. Candles. Candles. Lights. Snowman, that's excellent. Chocolates. You guys are full of words today. Cookies. I think that's pretty good. I think that's good. I'm gonna put pie on there for good measure. I'll put eggnog on there. I'll put eggnog on there as well, and I think that's good. So snowflakes, forest, sparkly, magic, gifts, cold, levitation, teleportation, wind, candy cane, surprise, blue, green, red, gold, glowing, white, purple, stars, menorah, pine cones, candles, lights, snowmen, chocolates, cookies, pie, eggnog. I will put mountains, gingerbread, mountains, gingerbread. I said only 3 more, and you guys are putting out such good words. I put ginger, not gingerbread. Gingerbread. And we'll add coal too. We'll put coal. And I think that's it. Because otherwise we've got a full wheel here. I'm about to show you the wheel so you folks can all see the wheel, because we've got, oops, no, I did not mean to spin. Okay, let's pop over here to our wheel. That is the wrong wheel. that is not the wheel that we need. There we go. All right, so this is we just made an entire wheel really quick. That was pretty quick. We've only been streaming for like 9 minutes and we have a full wheel. You guys are amazing. Elf, specifically Buddy the Elf. I feel like maybe we could put Elf on there. Maybe we need to put Elf. That's the last one, okay? And then that's the last one. You guys are full of really great ideas, but we will add Elf. Elf. And then I'm going to shuffle this so that they're all mixed in together. And now let's do it. So I'm gonna roll for, or spin for 6 different keywords, and I'm gonna pull up my document here so that we can plug them into our overlay. So let's see what we get. Mountains, love it. Love it, love it, love it. Mountains in the plugin, or in the overlay. Boom. Let's hide that choice from our list. What else do we got? Gingerbread. Love it. Gingerbread. Number 3. Going for 3. Going for 3. Glowing. I like this collection so far. This is a very good collection. Glowing. What else are we gonna get? Number 4. Going for 4. Elf. Glad we added it. I'm glad we added it. Elf. Snowman. Oh man. Snowman. And then one last one. Let's see. What are we gonna get? Forest. This is perfect. This is a perfect list. Okay. Let me go ahead and save this. Save. And let's pull up our thing, and we should have, yeah, we should have everything here. I think we're gonna make our text just slightly smaller. And honestly, it should be a little smaller anyways. Okay, mountains, gingerbread, glowing elf, snowman, and forest. And we're definitely gonna sprinkle some magic on there for good measure because, I mean, what else? What did you think we were gonna do? So, oh my god, I'm going to have to bake this. Oh my gosh, please bake it. Glowing gingerbread mountains. We could do like gingerbread dwarves, like from Lord of the Rings, but they're gingerbread and they're like very serious. They're not adorable gingerbread, they're gingerbread men. They're just like very, very serious about what they're doing. They're not playing around. Wow, look at that. They all do work really perfectly. Candy Arnold, welcome in. Also Cartoon Goddess, welcome in. It's good to see you. Judah, I'm glad you think this is cool. I'm pretty pumped. Avant-garde black and white wheel. Yeah. Okay. It's going down, whatever the haps. Indeed. It's always going down here, okay? This is a happening place, as the cool kids say. All right. Let's, I need to stop saying that, because every time I say that, it becomes very apparent that I'm not one of the cool kids. I feel like Steve Buscemi showing up with my snapback and my skateboard, like, hello, fellow kids! Okay. So, we have our words. Now let's pop over to our Stram. All of our stuff is in here, and it's looking good. We'll make this a little bit bigger. Excellent. Excellent. And now we're doing graphic design today, but I always do an initial sketch so we can figure out what exactly we're going to create. And as I said, we are creating specifically snow globes today. So I'm going to grab my brush. I'm going to grab this Blocko brush, and I'm going to turn caps locks off so I can see what I'm doing. And then I'm gonna do a little sketch. I'm gonna do a little circle. In fact, actually, let's use a shape, just so that I can see my circle well. And let's put a stroke on it, a black stroke. Let's fill it with nothing. And then we'll sketch inside of our circle so that we can keep things where we want them. Okay, so we've got our circle. We are going to make like a base and everything for this snow globe, because it wouldn't be a snow globe if it wasn't a globe sitting on like a little holder. Dina, welcome in. Ellison, welcome in. It's good to see you. Hi, welcome in, folks. So we have our keywords. If you're just tuning in, they are above the stream there next to the keywords section. Those are all the words that we're working with today. We have to use a minimum of 4 of these 6 words, And honestly, we may end up using all of these because they're pretty good words. And we are going to design a snow globe, and I feel like this snow globe should have some kind of magical power because it's going to be our sponsored item for tomorrow. And all of our sponsored items have been like really mundane items that have ridiculous magical powers. So this snow globe has to have a magical power. Like maybe there's an elf in the snow globe or a snowman in the snow globe and it talks, or like, you know how people shake a magic 8-ball and it tells them their fortune? Maybe you shake the snow globe and the snowman tells you your fortune for the day, but when you shake it, it really makes him angry, so he only has bad fortunes to give you. Like, that's what I feel. This should be like the superpowers that the snow globe tells you your fortune, but the snowman that gives you the fortune doesn't like you. That's the catch. It's magic and it really does tell you your fortune, but it's never good. It's never great. I'm gonna start sketching that. I'm gonna start sketching that, and if you guys have any other ideas, let me know. I feel like this is gonna be like the ground because there's gonna be like a layer of snow in there, and it should be kind of filling the bowl a little bit. We could put like some frost around the edges so that we really are like peeking through the frost. I feel like would be cool because it doesn't have to be like totally clear all the way to the edges. We can kind of give it like this nice frosty effect, you know, the frost kind of comes out. That looks a little janky, but this is a sketch. This is a concept sketch, okay, guys? The snowman comes apart every time you shake the snow globe and then reassembles with a bad attitude. That is amazing, Anthony. We're getting some lore going for this magical snow globe, and I like it. So we could do, like, we could do like a snow globe, like a snowman, and he's just like really mad. Like he's just got angry eyes. Ooh, that is a drawing, isn't it? That's a drawing. Or we could do something like maybe we have the snow globe, like maybe he's actually come undone in the snow globe. So we can have him like kind of, let's make his head smaller. We can have like his base, and then we can have like the middle section, and then we can have like his head floating, you know, something like that. I feel like maybe something like that, you know, could be could be funny. Like he's like flying around in there and he's like really upset. We could have like, what if we had like his arms like trying to hold like trying to hold his head, and he's like, oh my god, what are you doing? And he just hates us. He just can't stand us, and he's just like trying to carry, like hold his head attached to him. That could be funny. That could be really really funny. Sam Peterson as an elf trapped in the snow globe. That would be really, really detailed. And it's funny that you say that because that would not be the first time I have had an assignment to create fantasy art and just decided to paint Sam Peterson. It's happened before. No lie. It's happened before. And I feel like I should stray away from that before it becomes a habit. Let's see. Yeah, welcome in. Good to see you. Welcome. So we have a snowman that is like flying apart. I feel like, what else did we get? So we have snow globe. We have to have like, let's see, mountains. I feel like mountains is pretty easy to put in there. We can put like a mountain range, you know, in the back. Let's move him to like the center, you know, let's give him center stage. I feel like he needs to be the focal point. I was gonna put him off to the side, but I feel like he should be in the center. He's having a terrible day. We should at least give him the spotlight. So there can be a mountain range, and then we can put trees. Maybe like what if the snowman in the globe is like really giant? Like he's handheld for us because we own the snow globe. Or you could own the snow globe if you decide to purchase a snow globe for the low price of $99.99. A very reasonable price, of course, as all of our sponsored items are very reasonably priced every week. Besides, the mall shouldn't have child-sized snow globes if they don't want you to crawl into them. I don't know. That's okay. You sound like you're speaking from personal experience, Sam, and I'm both desperate to know the story and also a little concerned. So there's like all of these trees, right? And the trees are much smaller than the snowman because the snowman is the master of his realm, okay? And that's why he's so mad and only gives us bad fortunes, because we are the only thing that can rattle his mystical realm, his globe realm. We ruin it every time we shake it for a fortune. And he's like, you know what? It's raining spaghetti today, and not your favorite kind. D. Ross, welcome in. Welcome in. It's good to see you. We are creating a magical snow globe today, and we are trying to create like a bit of a story behind this. So it's a magical snow globe. There's a snowman inside that reads you your fortune. He has all kinds of mystical, magical powers, and the mainly is that he reads your fortune, and he has all of the power within him. Why am I not erasing? Oh, because my opacity's down. He has all the power within him to like really not just tell you your future, but to warp it and change it. But he never gives you a good fortune, because every time you shake the snow globe, you make him fall to pieces. So he doesn't like anyone that owns the snow globe. I'm trying to like make this arm a little bit more dynamic. We're gonna have to work on that. But we have the elf is trying to break out of the snow globe to get away from the angry snowman. That could be a good idea too. I'm gonna go ahead and duplicate this. So we've got one concept down. We typically do 2 or 3 different concepts every time we prep for the show. So let's put that over here. Let's group that together. Let's delete this. Delete that one too. I don't know why we ended up with 3 of those. But I'm gonna make this just a tiny bit smaller, and we're gonna bump this down here. Okay. So we've got the snowman. Every time you shake him, so he will read your fortune. He falls apart and he hates you. Very, very with the holiday cheer today. And then I like the idea of an elf being inside of the snow globe, and the elf is trying to break out of the snow globe. I think that's hilarious. So we'll have this, and then we can have our little elf. I'm trying to figure out how best to do this. I feel like our elf should, let's do this. Let's give him like a little hat. He will look, if we choose this design, he will look much better than this. But he should have like a fist, okay? Like his little mitten should be like banging on the glass, and then he'll have one hand like pressed to the glass, like, please let me out of here. Let me out. Let me out of here. I love it. I like it. I think this is great. It's terrifying, but great. And we could give him like rosy cheeks and a little button nose, and he looks very worried. Oh no, he's so funny. But yeah, we could do something like this too. So he's in there. He's in there and he hates it. We just created the two, like, most morbid snow globes. What's wrong with you guys? What's wrong with you people? You guys are weird. You guys are weird. Okay. All right. So we have an elf trapped in a snow globe, and I think we can get away with doing mountains and stuff in there too. Obviously, there needs to be snow though. I need to put some dots in here for snow. There's gonna be a blizzard in here, so we've got, and then we'll put. I feel like we can. Maybe it's like kind of a cheap move, but I feel like glowing we can knock out really easily because we can make the snow globe itself glow. Okay. Let's see, there's that, and then we'll do like a similar kind of forest with trees and all kinds of cool things. There's gonna be trees here. Okay. And we'll have like a little haze around the edge. Good stuff. Weird is good. Weird is good. This is great. I'm glad you're enjoying it because I'm having a blast. Okay, I feel like, what is our time right now? Because these are an hour long. We're at the 30-minute mark, and I feel like we should get some serious graphic design going. So I'm gonna say that we're gonna choose between these two. Okay, I think that that's safe. I think that they look good. I'm gonna go ahead and actually merge them, and then I'm gonna resize the one because I don't want to spend too much time coming up with the ideas. So I'm gonna say normally we would do like a poll for this, but I don't know that we have a lot of time to like go ahead and create a poll. So we might do things the old-fashioned way, and by the old-fashioned way I mean that I am going to say that this is number 1 right here, and that this is number 2 right there, okay? And you folks go ahead and type in chat. Do we want snowman misery or elf misery? Do we want the snowman? So this would be the snowman in a snow globe, and the magical power of this snow globe is that the snowman inside gives you your fortune. It tells you what your fortune is for the day, and can change your future, but every time you shake the snow globe to get your fortune, the snowman falls apart, and then he's very angry with you. So it's basically a snow globe that only gives you bad fortunes, because who's going to give you a good fortune after you shake up their house? And then number 2 would be this snow globe is actually a legitimate pocket dimension, and there is a real elf trapped inside, and he would like to get out. Those are the 2. So you guys can, why don't you just type in chat if you guys want 1 or 2. Pedro wants 1. We got 1 for 1. Anybody else? Does anybody else have a preference? I know that I have to wait a little bit for stream to kind of catch up so that you folks can hear what I'm saying, but we got another 1 for 1. Anthony, Cartoon Goddess is just crying. We got a lot of 1s. We got 3 1s already. I'm gonna let you folks deliberate and make your choice for a minute or so, but it seems like we might be going with number 1. Greetings from Spain, by the way. Greetings, Pedro. Thank you so much for joining us. And let us know, everybody in the chat, where you are coming from. I would love to know where you're at and what you're doing for the holiday season. We got 1 for 2. Number 2, Elf All Day. We got 2 for 2. And another 1 for 1. It might end up being 1. I'll let you guys deliberate for another 30 seconds, maybe. And then we are going to go ahead and choose 1. Judah likes 2. Anybody else? I think that's probably good. I think that's probably good. And I think that means we're going with number 1, numero uno. Okay, So we're gonna choose number 1, and we're gonna have our snowman that is falling apart. Honestly, I like the lore of this one a little bit better, so I'm not mad. It was gonna be my choice personally as well, so I like it. All right, so we have our snow globe, and what I'm gonna do real quick is I'm gonna bump it up, and I am going to center it, and then right quick I'm going to sketch out. Hello from San Mateo. I was in San Mateo just recently. Welcome in, Joshua. Friendly chatter from my sometimes neck of the woods. Okay, let's sketch a little base. It kind of looks, I've kind of made it look like a crystal ball, or maybe snow globes and crystal balls just look exactly the same. It honestly could be either one. I feel like we should have a plaque that says something funny on this, right? Like, there should definitely be some kind of label on this that is hilarious. All right, so there's our sketch. We've got our composition sketched out, and I think it is rad. I think it's awesome. It's looking good. Now let's get to work, shall we? Let's do this thing. I'm gonna turn the opacity down, and I'm gonna come in with like the pen tool and the shape tool, and I'm gonna start blocking out a bunch of important shapes. So I'm gonna snag my mouse over here, and we're going to start, I think it's safe to start with the actual globe. So we're gonna make a big circle again. We're gonna throw that in there. Ta-da! There we go. And we're going to fill this with a gray. And I'm actually going to turn it on a much lower opacity because I want to be able to, actually, no, we can just put the sketch up above it. Okay, so we've got that. I'm going to use our pen tool, P, on my keyboard. And I am going to kind of draw out, oops, I'm going to kind of draw a curved line here that can be our base. I'll drag this down, boom, click, maybe we'll curve that in there, boom. Let's drag this out like so. I think we're gonna bump this back just a little bit. We'll drag this arm down, boom, and then we will curve this. We don't have to make that so big. We can curve that out. Just like that, I think. Okay. And I am actually just gonna kind of bring this in and go like that and make that a shape. And then, oops, I added that to that curve, that already layer that we had of our circle. Hold on, I'm gonna have to redo that. Give me a second. I need to do this on a different layer. Okay. Let me hide this, and then we are going to come in and do this again. Boom. Okay. I think that's probably good. We're gonna kind of form this base. I'm gonna hold shift so I can, there we go. And we'll put that down right there, and then we will curve this. Boom. And then I'm gonna duplicate it because I think that's easier. So we're gonna just make a shape. I will Control J, Control T, and I'm going to bump this right over here. I think that will work nicely. These corners are gonna need to come up though. If I can. Can I? trying to move it. Let me actually just remove that, and then we will add another point here, and I'm just gonna bring that down like so, and then I'm gonna do the same thing on this one. Add a point. I should be able, yeah, there we go. I don't know why I couldn't do that just a second ago, but it was giving me a hard time. I don't know if that's going to be 100% perfect, but that's okay. It's not a big deal, to me at least, if it's not 100% perfect. As I noodle with it again. As I mess with it another time for another round. Okay, and then I'm just going to merge this. And I realize that that is maybe not the most perfect way to do it, but it's good enough for me. I might cheat and use my brush later, or what we could do is we could just grab our ellipse and we can make a perfect curve. And we can bump this up. I think we will do it this way. We'll bump that up. Did I get that center? Not really, but I think that maybe it's not the exact right shape. I'm gonna stop noodling with this base right after I finish making this, because does anybody else do that? Where you start messing with something and you're not getting it 100% perfect and you spend more time noodling with that tiny little part that's not really as important? That's good enough for me. This is fine. It's fine. Everything's fine. Okay. So we have a base. Let's turn our globe on. That's good. We'll bump our base up just a little bit so it really looks like it's cradling this. I like it. And now we have our snow globe. Now let's start making some shapes. Let's group all of this. We're gonna call this globe. There we go. Duplicate and flip. Yes. 27 undos, like my workflow. Exactly. Just moved up here from Los Angeles. Awesome. I used to live in Culver City. So we seem to frequent the same areas. Okay. Let's now, you know what actually might have been a better move is if we didn't group those and then I can clip a bunch of other shapes to this. So let's add our snow. I am going to grab my pen tool again. I'm going to select kind of a lighter gray color and we're going to go like this. We're going to go, maybe we'll do this closer. We'll do that down. And around. I'm gonna kind of move this. Doesn't have to be crazy snow, but we're gonna do it like this. And we're gonna make a shape. Boom, and we're gonna clipping mask. Clipping mask, there we go. So we have our snow in there. We might actually make that a lighter color. Let's make it a lighter gray color, just so we can see it more clearly. Okay, make a new layer. And now let's get these blobs in here for our snowman base. I feel like we can do, I might just use the pen tool for this, where normally I would use actual ellipses. But I think that we should not make these perfect circles. I think it would be a little bit boring if we did that. And I don't know if I'm confident enough in my pen tool magic to make a perfect shape, but I think we could maybe finesse this into a relatively smooth kind of deal. shape. That's good enough for me. I just don't want it to be a perfect circle. I'm gonna call that middle. And let's do the body. Let's do one here, because we want to have it, we want to give some weight to it, right? And we'll kind of bring that around like that. Bring that around over here. We'll bring this forward, I think, and we will connect that. Boom. Make a shape. So we got our shape there. These are going to be a lot more white, by the way. Let's make these even lighter. I don't want it to be 100% white, but I want it to be pretty close. So let's do that. And then let's do the same thing to this one. Fill, let's snag that color. Boom. We're going to call this base. And then let's make another one that we are going to call head. And we will come from here. Oops, cancel, pen tool. And let's do a little another little kind of thing. There we go. That's good. I think that's good. I think these are great. Let's make a shape. Let's make that shape the color we want again. Boom. So we got our snowman shapes happening in here. We're going to call this head. And we're going to group all of these together and call this snowman. Does anybody have any ideas for little items that we can put in here? Because I feel like we've got the mountains, we're going to have the snowman, we're going to have the trees and stuff. But if you folks can think of anything that would be funny, something like a small detail that would be hilarious to put in here, let me know. I am not opposed to adding small little Easter eggs just for me and you into this design. So let me know if you like that. Let me also see how we're doing on time. I think we've got about 13 minutes. That went by really fast. Wow. Let's do our mountains. So I'm going to make a layer in between here that is clipped. And we are going to, you know what we're actually going to do for the mountains? We are going to use the shape tool, the rectangular shape tool. And we are going to draw some squares, and we're going to rotate them, and we're going to round the corners, I think. And we're going to do the mountains like this. So let's put a mountain here. And a skinnier mountain. Let me turn this off. A skinnier mountain here. I'm trying to block in all of these shapes as quickly as I can with minimal effort. Because we're going to come through and we're going to actually make this look highly stylized. We're going to put textures and cool colors and things into it. But at first, when we really start creating this, there's no use in spending too terribly much time creating it when it is really a collection of pretty simple shapes, right? So we're saving some time. There we go. That is going to be the mountain range first, and I'm going to go ahead and merge those. And I'm going to rasterize the layer, and I'm going to use my lasso tool. We're just going to bring down the shape a little more. Let's grab our paint bucket. Boom. So we have a first layer of mountains. Let's deselect, and I'll convert that to a smart object. So there's a first layer of mountains, and then we're going to do the same thing, and we're going to put more mountains in front. So there's some layers. We're going to get some layers to these mountains. And I might actually make the mountains slightly darker, but we can get to that. Carrots. We could hide a carrot. We could hide a carrot in here. Remind me. I don't know if we're going to get to the tiny details, but keep it on your mind and remind me tomorrow, and we may hide some carrots. In fact, just in case, because I am very forgetful, we may we're gonna make a little list. What kind of E is that, Val? Secret eggs. Carrot. Somebody said reindeer, and I'm gonna have to look at how you spelled reindeer because I don't know how to spell reindeer. And I still started doing it wrong. Reindeer nose. Oh, like Rudolph's nose. Okay. All right. I could easily see us putting like a little red beacon. Just right up there. Just like he's up there and you can't see him, but he's definitely up there. A laughing gingerbread man. We could probably still hide an Easter egg gingerbread man in here for sure. We could probably still do that. What kind of E is that? Did you try to make fun of the way I write and misspell your insult? Is that what you just did, Annika? 10 years dungeon, Annika. Okay. Let's see. I think those are pretty good little secret Easter eggs. So I'm gonna leave our little tiny notes in the corner there, and we'll get back to our shapes. Okay, we've got our mountains. Let's do our second mountain range. Let's do another rectangle around these corners, and let's make this color, let's make it slightly darker, just a little bit darker. Okay, and let's go for round 2. Let's do this. Let's turn it. Let's squish it a little bit. I'm sorry if there are any designers in here who are cringing every time I just totally warp these shapes. My bad. But this is a really easy way to block in shapes, and one of the main things when it comes to the show is like doing as much as possible in a very short amount of time. That's kind of one of our goals here, is just to block in the shapes and get it down. Let's put another one right here. Let's do like 3 over there, and we can do another point in here. Let's make this a little wider. Put it like right there, and then we'll do a connecting one like right here. Boom. Okay, and let's merge. Can I merge it? Group. Merge. And then lasso. I'm just gonna go ahead and paint bucket that right in there. And these are our second mountains. I think I have a little white space back here somewhere. There we go. And we are going to clip. And then what happened to our snow? Was I doing that all on the snow layer? Did you guys? Oh, I merged it. Hold on. I merged it with the snow layer. That's what I did. There we go. Let's get that out of there. That's what happened. Let's ungroup layers. There we go. I wonder why exactly. There we go. Okay. And we're gonna group it. Group, or clip it, sorry. We're gonna clip that. I'm gonna rasterize this, and because we didn't do our lasso step again. Okay, so we've got our mountain range in there. Deselect. We've got our snow. Let's clip our snow. Create clipping mask, and let's name these, shall we? We're gonna call this snow. We're gonna call this front mountains. We're gonna call these back mountains. Boom. And it's starting to come together. Okay, it is starting to come together. It's in shades of gray, which, you know, it doesn't really look as fabulous as it's going to look tomorrow, but we're getting a substantial amount of shapes and everything in here. I've got about 4 minutes left. Vector shapes are all fair game. Thank you, Joshua. Fast is good. I call it progress. Woo! Yeah, because we're gonna have another maybe 50 minutes tomorrow to like make this look like a finished piece. And so when we boot up our file tomorrow, I want it to be just ready to rock. So we're getting all the stuff in here. And then trees. Let's see. The trees might be more illustrative. Because I feel like it would be cool to do the trees kind of shaggy and... Oh, you know what, though? I made a tree brush. I have a custom tree brush. What am I thinking? I made a tree brush. Val's Tree 2. I made one. It's a stamp, but we can work with this. We can make this happen. We can. We can totally make that happen. And then what we can do is let's select the shape of snow. And let's select inverse. And can we mask? No, we want to do it the other way. No, also not what I wanted to do. Let's connect this. Also, I know that we are coming to the very end here, so I do need to kind of hustle it up, I think. Let me check real quick. Yeah, we've got maybe 3 minutes. And then I also... Hold on, this is gonna get weird. This is something that I do sometimes, and I don't know if this is something everybody does, but I like this shape. So I'm gonna paint bucket that shape in because I want to come back to that selection. And I'm gonna hide it, and then I'm gonna come in and select the shape of our circle because I want to add the circle in. I'm gonna select inverse on this. I don't know if this is actually gonna work, but select inverse so it's outside of the circle, and then I'm going to come back to this shape, and I'm also going to Control-Shift-Click and add that to it. Yeah, see? So then it added that selection that I made, and now when I come to my trees, I can mask. Oops, let me do select inverse on that as well. So then I just have our trees, and they're in there. They're in there. Okay. I feel like there's a little added part here that shouldn't be there though. Maybe I should, instead of using that as a selection, maybe I should use the actual snow instead of the weird little selection I made. So I'm going to do the snow. Yeah, much better. That's actually way better. And then mask. Nope. Boom. Got our trees. I'm gonna delete the weird shape I made. But I hope that you understand what I meant to do there is that I have a selection that I want, and I want to add a bunch of different selections to it. So I might make a bunch of selections and then kind of combine those selections together. And I think we are out of time. I think we are. But we have trees, mountains, our snowman, our snow. We've got our globe, and we've got our globe base already in. It's all ready to come in tomorrow and texture it and make it look super, super good. So we're gonna come in tomorrow. We're gonna make this look like a masterpiece. We're gonna add some colors. If you guys have any color ideas, please show up tomorrow and place them in the chat. I'm obviously gonna go with like blue, purple, white, and like a charcoal color because that's my jam. But if you have any colors that you would like to see me try, please come hang out tomorrow. I gotta take off before I get cut off, but I adore you folks. I hope you are safe and warm this holiday season, and I will see you tomorrow. Adios, everyone.